Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and throw it in. I'll twist a little bit.
Hello there. I hear ya. Hey. It's a little modulated, like there's a short in it or something,
It's a
but
little loud.
no, it's just like. Bzz, bzz, bzz.
How's it sound?
Can you talk to me for a second?
Do you want to put in his hand there?
Who's in there? Is it Ken?
It's Ron.
Oh, Ron? Hey, Ron. I don't.
Try it now.
Yes, try again.
Right.
I hear you now. Yeah.
Oh, I already did that.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay, we're ready to roll whenever you guys are all set up.
Okay.
Yes,
Go live.
one shot. I do have a script, but it's not loaded, so I don't. Either that or the camera's not on. Okay. Okay.
All right.
Here we go.
Great.
Now. Yep. Let's go. Okay. We're going without a script.
All right. Freestyle it. You're the pro.
Okay. Welcome to the NASDAQ Market Site in Times Square. I'm Jane King, and we are wrapping up YPO Innovation Week. What an exciting week this sounded like. With me today, the CEO of HootSuite, Ryan Holmes. And I want you first to just tell me about HootSuite. A lot of people have heard of it, but may not completely understand everything that it is you do involving social media. So give me
Sure.
the elevator pitch.
All right. Well, HootSuite is a social relationship platform, and that's a big mouthful, but what we really help brands do, we help influencers, small, medium, and enterprise businesses manage their social media. And so we take all of the social media channels like Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and others, and aggregate them into one place. And so we help people that are doing marketing in social media, doing customer support, and then doing sales in social media, just make it more simple.
So if a small business is finding they're spending a lot of time posting this to Instagram and this to Facebook and this to Twitter, and they're doing it several times a day,
Right.
you help them kind of make that more efficient.
Yeah, that's one of the use cases. We can help schedule and help make that easier through a content calendar, integrations into file storage areas like Drive and Dropbox, and others are coming up, which is pretty exciting. We also help people listen to what people are saying about their brands and maybe their competitors on social media. And so this becomes really powerful as a way to engage better with your customers.
Okay, so we just wrapped up today Innovation Week,
Yes.
YPO Innovation Week. Innovation, absolutely crucial to business, to keep just figuring out new ways to do things, better ways to do things. I mean, how do you implement innovation at HootSuite?
Well, our company, I'm a serial entrepreneur. I've done a number of businesses leading up to HootSuite, everything from a paintball field to a restaurant to an agency. The HootSuite came out and was bred out of the agency, and it really solved a problem. And I think that's what entrepreneurs do when they innovate, is they get excited about solving problems, and that really is innovation. And so we started about 8 years ago, and we had a team that was inside of our agency, and they were working on social media for our customers. And what they found really quickly was that there wasn't really a good product to manage social media. And so that was the aha moment. We started innovating and building this product. And so I'm very passionate about entrepreneurialism, and I want to really keep that core to our culture and our DNA. And so we have a number of things that we do to innovate our product. We have a labs team that is really focused on new innovation within the company. And one of our core values is entrepreneurship, and I ask everybody to think like an entrepreneur.
To think like
within
an
the company.
entrepreneur, yeah.
Yes.
Well, I've worked for large companies. I'm an entrepreneur myself now, and I found that somewhere in that process of becoming a big company, that gets lost.
Yes.
How do you make sure that spirit stays?
It is a real challenge. I think there are a lot of big organizations that are trying to reconnect with innovation, and that's a very common theme that's going on with the digital transformation we're seeing and brands moving into a digital era. And I think that I've noticed, going from a 3-person group working on HootSuite to an over 800-person organization, that you start to build systems and processes that help protect your business. And those protective forces like security and certification and legal and other things are to make sure that somebody doesn't accidentally turn off the switch and all of a sudden your business goes off, and that would be a terrible thing. So you need those securities and those pieces of protection in place, but on the other hand, you need the innovation and entrepreneurial spark. And so it's finding that balance and trying to create a culture where the protections support the business and help accelerate it, and having that conversation, being, I think, very candid. And that's why I think at a core and early stage, I really wanted to plant a flag that we were going to have an entrepreneurial culture. Our security and legal departments are there to help the business, but they are there just to do that, support the business, not control the business.
Yes, because that does tend to kind of take over HR and things like that, and you lose that. And I think a lot of it too is cost. There's a lot of costs associated. If you're a young startup entrepreneur, you can kind of try things. There's risk involved, but you're not risking an entire company or a brand.
Yeah.
But a lot of companies are afraid of spending the money.
Right. Well, so we try to put guardrails around risk. I mean, I want people to take risks, and nobody at our company is getting fired for taking a risk. They might get fired for taking 5 or 6 failing risks, but we got to talk about that. But we learn from our mistakes, and you know, with our labs division, their goal is to create different products and kill off the ones that just aren't going to work quickly, and move on to the next idea, and move on to the next idea. And they've been very good at doing that. And so that's something that I think is a lot of, you know, we see bigger brands that are trying to create labs and innovation centers, and it's a brave and bold move for a lot of companies, but I think it's really important.
Yeah, because I think of like Google, like they had the moonshots, as they were called on Wall Street, you know, the self-driving cars and the Google Glass and things like that. And some of them didn't turn out exactly, I think, as Google planned, and they were punished a little bit of that by the investment community, but they've since kind of organized that. So they still have the innovation, but they have the brand separate as well.
I was at Facebook F8 a few weeks ago. That's their developer conference, and they are absolutely investing in moonshots as well. I mean, the only way that they're going to get the rest of the planet on internet is to build a carbon fiber airplane, which is, you know, an amazing concept. It's autonomous, flies by itself, solar powered and electric, and that is how they're getting the world wired. And so they're taking a lot of risks. But I think you need to balance it, and you need to think about the things that aren't going to contribute to your business and kill those off quickly. And that's the magic of it, is actually it's harder to kill things than to have them limp along.
How do you know when it's time to kill something?
It's a really good question. I think that is the real challenge. I think you look at your data, you look at the adoption, you look at what's going on with it. You know, we had very viral adoption of our product, of HootSuite, and we could see every day that it was just taking off. Leading up to HootSuite within the agency, we incubated probably about 8 different products that were of varying degrees of success, but none of them had that viral lift that HootSuite had. And I think that is, you know, you kind of feel the magic when it's there, and you just know that this is the one you want to double down on. And I think that that's what product teams probably, you know, really start to feel, is when something has inertia.
Now, do you think you know pretty quickly if something's going to work, or do you know, give it some time and let it kind of flesh out? I mean, or is every situation different?
Well, I think sometimes you can build things that are too early for the market, and that's kind of a bad situation. That's almost the worst, because you build something that's too early for the market. It might be a great idea, but it's too soon, and you just can't, you know, breathe life into it because it is too soon. And we've actually done that with product at the agency prior to HootSuite. I think we built a couple of products that were too early for the market. We've built features into HootSuite that were too early for the market, and luckily the market caught up to the need on those. So things like our URL analytics capabilities were very early in the market, but now the market is asking for understanding on ROI, on social spend, and that's now very valuable to people. So I think it can be a real risk getting there too early, and almost as bad as getting there too late. And you know, there's sweet spots somewhere in between.
Timing is everything
It is.
in life, isn't it?
Yes.
So tell me about some of your big innovative successes and some of the failures, and what you've learned.
Well, you know, there's been a number. I mean, within the agency, we had, as I mentioned, a number of different products that we spun up. We had ones that were inside of an industry called Easy Meal Prep, which was an interesting category. It was kind of, you'd show up and make meals, and that category was blowing up. It was the fastest growing franchise category until the financial meltdown, and then the market completely dropped out, and our business went from about 30 people to, you know, 10 on that one product overnight, and it was just a matter of cutting down and cutting back. You know, we're very conscious at HootSuite to really think about, you know, what is core to our customer, and do a lot of discussions, have a lot of discussions with them. We learned so much. We have over 13 million customers globally, 836 of Fortune 1000, and the amount of information that we learn from them every day in terms of what they need for their product and to do their jobs effectively is incredible. And so we really leverage that to inform our product development and our roadmap.
And finally, just tell me about YPO, the organization. How does that help you as a CEO? How does it help you keep innovation in your company?
I've been a member for a couple of years now, and we've been on a bit of a rocket ship at HootSuite, and I have been peripherally involved, but I'm getting more and more involved. And I think the thing that is of most value as I brought in a new management team into HootSuite, and they've done an amazing job in really providing some great executive support for me. Some of the things that I'm leveraging and really get excited and happy about with YPO is the ability to talk to other CEOs about the problems that we have, because being a CEO can be a fairly isolating role at times. And
lonely at the top.
Yeah, it can be. It's cliche, but it can be lonely at the top. And so having that network to be able to tap on to leverage other people's wisdom and expertise, I think, is invaluable. And I have built up a great network of really amazing individuals through YPO.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank
Ryan
you.
Holmes, CEO of HootSuite. Thank you for joining us and sharing your thoughts and ideas and experiences with us. And thank you as well for joining us on Facebook Live. I'm Jane King from the NASDAQ. Stay tuned. We're going to be talking to McNeil Haggerty of Haggerty Insurance in just a few minutes.